This is the late evening edition of me and Fitzgerald. We get together Tuesdays and Thursdays, usually during the day, but we're getting together. We're linking up late this evening. And tonight's topic is the importance of starting a home based business. Now, I want to give a shout out to a couple of our Karatbar partners who have their own um, products that they sell. So this is Queen T. Tuesdays and Thursdays, usually during. So this is Queen T. Everybody, Queen T is one of our Karatbars partners, and this is her company is the Love of People. The Love of People, and she sells hair care products. So this is her hair and skin and hair butter right here. So I put this on my ashy hands, and it revives my ashy hands.
Well, I got to put that on my ashy hair. No, my hair ain't ashy, man.
Yeah. So shout out
I
to Queen T, everybody. This is Queen T's product, the love of people.com. The love of people.com. Shout out to Queen T, everybody. Bam, right there. Go support the sister. Also, too, another one of our Karatbar partners, Miss Renetta Jones. She has her own bath products. So let me play a video for her, video of hers real quick. And guys, make sure you go support Sister Renetta. Let me share the screen. Get this started. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it looked like he was frozen. You like he was frozen. I
Yeah,
was
it just everything just. No, let me try to share the screen again. I don't know if that was the issue, but I just disappeared. Okay. I don't know I don't know what's going on. That's weird. It did it again. Let's try it one more time. And if it doesn't, I'm gonna put Miss Renetta Jones' uh, link in the chat room. But every time I hit the share the screen button, it just crashes. Well, let's try this one more time. I apologize. Thank you for being patient, everybody. Okay, I'm gonna try this again. Yeah, I don't know. It keeps doing it for some reason. Yeah, that's weird. Miss Jones, I'm sorry. What I'll do, I'll try it again on another stream. Renetta, if you're watching. But yeah, it keeps every time I hit share the screen, it keeps crashing.
It's probably a simple fix. As my father would say, it's something often very simple, not if you don't know what it is.
All right, I'm sorry. We gotta move on. We gotta move forward. Renetta, I'll try again on another stream. But yeah, for some reason the share screen is just it's not working. I'm sorry. That's odd. That's weird. It was just working the other day. It just keeps crashing. So, Mr. Brother Fitzgerald, the importance of having your own home-based business, even if you're in corporate America, because I know a lot of us, myself included, we're in corporate America, we're doing well, we're making plenty of money, and we get a little comfortable. So we think that there's no need to start our own home-based business. And if something happens and you wish you would have started, um, what are your thoughts on that? Just home-based business.
Well,
You're
but
an
in my
entrepreneur here, so
in my opinion, one of the number one things, what you want to have your home based business just for the tax benefits.
right,
No, to reduce your tax burden. No, and if you're reducing your tax burden, you're automatically giving yourself a raise anyway. No, so that's a huge advantage. Especially if you're just getting paid in a traditional way. When I say traditional way, I'm referring to that you go in your employee that files a 1099 and 1040 easy form things. You definitely want to just have something just eliminate those to help minimize those tax benefits. Even if you're a self-contractor, even if you're self-employed, still having a home-based business, it gives you greater write-off potential, which is going to reduce your tax burden, which is going to increase your wealth. I mean, the tax laws in this country are designed for the business owner. Now
right.
that's why you can look at certain companies, being Berkshire Hathaway, that's Warren Buffett's company, or Amazon, Jeff Bezos' company, and Microsoft, that's Bill Gates' company. You can look at a lot of these corporations, and they can make multiply millions of dollars in profits and pay virtually zero taxes on. And that's because they run that through a business, and they incur all the write-offs that the businesses gives them to do it. So it's a huge advantage. And I don't know the exact numbers. If someone can Google it for me, the moderator, or whoever is out there. I think the line that what I have heard Dynas within the next 5 years, about 50 plus million people or going to
70,
start.
70. I
Yeah,
think it was 73 million.
70 plus million people are going to start a home-based business. And some of those people are looking at, okay, I need to make more money. Yeah, that's great. And that should be a key motivator to do it. But another key motivator, just equally important, I need to save more money and limit my tax liability. I mean,
Right.
so with my business, the road for wealth, I choose to do both. And so along with Karatbars, I just simply what I'm doing with Karatbars, I run my business through this account, and I'm already become a business owner simply by having a Karatbars account. I'm a business owner automatically once I fill out a free registration form with no setup fees, no startup fees. Imagine that. And then and pretty much, well, I can take full advantage of things that I need to write off. For example, the broadcast for this internet connection, this shirt that I'm wearing, that VIP package you see about that's a tax write off. My cell phone, mileage on my vehicle. If I put my vehicle within my business account, well, that vehicle becomes a write off. If I take a plane ticket and fly up there to Atlanta and with Dynas, we talk about this business. That's a tax write off. If I go to Q's in East Point and eat a good meal, he'll know that restaurant. We both like it. That's a tax write off. That meal's a write off. If I'm sitting up here going to Kansas City or Lagos, and I just go over there and I said, hey, you ever heard about Karatbars? I go over there and do a potential meeting and stuff like that. Talk to one of my affiliates, one of our affiliates over there, or whether mine and Dynas's, and that whole plane ticket becomes write off. The hotel is a write off. So that I can help minimize those end of the year taxes. And so I think that's a pretty extraordinary thing. And a matter of fact, I know it is. So these are things that the wealthy do to ensure their money. These are things that the middle class don't know to have their money extracted, and I do mean extracted by inflation and taxes. It's just literally extracting your wealth. And so you got to have some way to protect your wealth, making it. We often heard this adage: it's not how much you earn, but how much you keep. Man, that is so true. That is so much true. And my father would has often told me a many he well not often he told dad says some very powerful things, and he don't really like to repeat himself, but when he says something, I generally grab it the first time, being I've been hanging around the man 55 years. I know how he thinks. But he said, son, anybody can get something. Anybody can get a car. Anybody can get a relationship. Anybody can get a job. The question is, can you maintain it?
Right.
That's the question. Can you maintain it? And so I submit to you, everyone on the stream, has a potential to earn great, vast amounts of wealth. And I do mean great, vast amount of wealth, especially with a vehicle like Karatbars. But the trick of the matter is, can you keep it? Diane asks, how many times have we heard about these athletes, multiply millionaires, and then they come out there being broke? There's this one Boston Celtics player comes to the mind.
Antonio Walker.
Yeah, he's like the poster child of how to do it, how to not the way to do it. Something like in the neighborhood of close to $200 million and
120.
Yeah, something crazy, amount of figures like that. And supposedly, he has. It's just he's not nowhere near that. And we hear that in NFL, we hear that in boxing, we hear that in all kinds of vast things. Earning great money is not an issue. It really isn't. I know some of you guys may think it is. All you got to do is plug into a vehicle that you're able to duplicate. And you're able to do something, duplicate your efforts, and you can earn vast amount of wealth. But are you smart enough to keep it? See, at Karatbars, we're not only talking about earning wealth, and vast amounts of it, but we're also talking about keeping it. The Bible that I follow, it says a good man leaves a heritage to his children. You want to leave a leg up. After your time on earth is expired, you want to be able to pass on something to your heirs. Do you realize there are families out there? One I can think of, the Astor family. These guys were in America, probably about the 1700. Maybe you guys heard of a little hotel called the Waldorf Astoria in New York. Well, that's named after that family, the DuPont family, the Rockefeller family, the Herndon family of Atlanta, the H.G. Russell family of Atlanta. These are, the C.D. Gaskin family of Birmingham, Alabama. See, you have somebody that started all this, patriarch or matriarch of things, that they started all this, but they put structures in place to ensure that their heirs would have that wealth would be able to pass down. The most notable one I know of is the Kennedy family. Say what you want about that, Joseph Kennedy, but he put a system in place, that the Kennedys are still reaping the benefits for the great grandchildren, even like that. And so that's what you want to do, so it starts by someone having a business. So you can't leave your job to no one. You can't do it. You can. I mean, sure, you can think that you got to hook up, and you can go, if you're in good with a manager, you can say, well, this is my son or this is my daughter, give them a chance, and maybe, but you can't leave any equity. You can't leave your job, far as to your heirs. It's just not allowed. Your job can be left to the owner who owns that company. He can leave it to his heirs, but you can't leave it to yours. So you got to get serious. I mean, we're getting ready to turn a leaf, and it's going to be 2020 in a couple of days, Diane. And so it is vast time for us to get our financial house in order, to make smart financial generation altering moves that is going to assure that our generations are preserved, economically, and that they're able to build on what we have. So it starts by getting a business. When we say getting a business, that's one thing I love about Karatbars. Don and I had a very, very good week in Karatbars. No, I'm sorry. No, Don, we had a very good couple of hours, because that's what it really came down today.
Right.
And,
Right. A very good
you
Friday.
got a very good couple hours. Probably like about 3 hours ago, I gave him a call, and we was, I wish you guys could have seen his face. For those of who are payouts and everything, I told my little brother, I said, hey man, check your back office. He said, Fitzgerald, I checked it a while ago. You know what I mean? And I just simply said to him, check your back office. He looked at it, he just like, man, wow. I said, yeah, and he didn't even know about it. I've done that to him many times, but he never gets, I never get tired of hearing his excitement. In other words, earning money for something that, other people are doing simply because he put a structure in place. So but let's get our financial house in order. Let's think strategically about our finances. Nothing like, something's going to drop out the sky to you, or one day your ship come in. Build your ship and sail it out. But get serious about the direction of your finances. I mean, as the years go by and as the time goes by, it's going to be critical. There is an economic storm out there. It really is.
Especially without
and for those who are not going to be prepared for it, it's going to be like a tsunami. It's just going to overtake them. And you got to get your money out of cash. You have got to get your money out of cash. Cash is a liability to you. I don't care if I'm talking to someone in London, England, where you guys are using the British pounds. I don't care if I'm talking to someone in Japan where you're using a Japanese yen. I don't care if I'm talking to someone in Nigeria where you're using a naira. I don't care if I'm talking to someone in South Africa where you're using the rand. I don't care if I'm talking to you in Paris, France, where you're using the franc, or even a new currency, the ECO, coming out of Western Africa. You know what? If you need assets, you need hard, tangible assets that preserve your wealth. This is an asset. This is gold. Gold. That's a gram of gold in my hand. Gold is so extraordinary value. It retains wealth if it's in a solid. It retains the wealth if it's in a liquid. It retains the wealth if it's in gold dust. It's been a medium exchange for thousands of years. People have went to war for that little precious metal. It is what backs the world's currencies. And it needs to be a major part of your portfolio. Oh, I could say along with land, with real estate. Maybe we can get Swabi and said oil. Oil is a renewable source. Yes, land can be destroyed. All I got to do is just open up the right floodplains. All that can be gone. I live down in Florida. I can promise you, that can happen there. And ask the people in New Orleans when Katrina, how that happened. With certain portions of the underwater, you can't use it. But that's why people will run and they will put gold, precious silver in their portfolio. Dinas, I used to sit up there, man, and man, do you think why would someone pay like $20-40 million for Andy Warhol painting? Why would they do that? Or they'll go out there, and pay like $60 million for like 4 or 5 Fabergé eggs, the Russian Fabergé eggs. You know why? Because those are major appreciating assets. See that Andy Warhol painting? You buy it right now. Chances are 5 years ago, the $40 million you paid for it, it's going to be worth like $52 million.
Right.
It's an appreciating asset. And there is a thing. You transfer your cash into appreciating asset. Cash goes down in value, assets go up in value. That's the purpose of cash. Not to go out and get the flat screen TV, not to go out and get the new Air Jordans. Michael and his family is fine. They really are. So what you need to do, you need to think asset accumulation. I've said that often, and maybe I'll do a YouTube channel, a YouTube stream about that one day. Asset accumulation. How can I put my money to work for me? How can I put my money to work for me? A certain portion of your money needs to literally be your slave. It needs to go out there and work for you. And its job is to reproduce more money that you can buy either further assets. That's how the wealthy do it. They create this this economic machine, asset accumulation that keeps spending assets. They keep spending assets. Then lo and behold, after a while, you may see them living in modest houses. You may see them driving modest cars, and then all of a sudden, like in a short period of time, boom, there's the Bentley, or boom, there's a nice estate, or boom, there's the vacation or the Lear jet and all that.
Right.
Hey, they have it. They're not paying for that out of their saving. They're paying for that with the money their assets has spent off. They're not going to dare. They're not going to dare cool to kill the goose that's laying that egg. And so that's the concept. But you can understand that concept. You can get very, very wealthy, not only in this country, United States of America, but anywhere in the world. The rich acquire assets. The poor acquire liabilities. Sneakers, football tickets, cigars, scotches, and all that kind of stuff. I mean, consumable. That you're not going to get anywhere like that. And so you need to think, okay, a portion of what I have to keep. I save in gold. Dynas saves in gold. We take a portion of our income, we pay ourselves first. We transfer it into asset, and as that gold goes up, it helps go our value up. And then we also create a distribution network where we're able to distribute, to leverage our time off of other people's efforts and get a percentage of that. That's what people do. Probably heard one of the richest men in the world, if not the richest man in the world right now, Jeff Bezos, owner of Amazon. Amazon, all it is distribution center. You may have heard of the Walton family in Bentonville, Arkansas, started by a man named Sam Walton back in the 40s. All Walmart is a distribution center. May have heard of IKEA, started by a Spanish billionaire. All it is, IKEA is a distribution center, and on and on and on and on. Nothing is gathered without the transaction of goods and services. But you need a network to transaction those goods and services through, and you got to ever increase and own it. The rich people build networks that the poor and everybody else work for. That's what they do. And so that's what Karatbars. For clicking on that link up there with Dynas Amir. And you can literally start creating your own distribution network that you can build however large or small you want. I choose to build mine pretty big. As of the date, I got over 8,000 business partners in this thing around the world. Just started with me, and it was free to join. I keep adding to it. And it keeps paying me. And keeps paying me. And then I take that money, and do I go out there and buy the Maserati? Not yet. It's not time. Do I take that money and go out there and buy the nice Hugo Boss suits? That'll kind of give away my age. Not yet. It's not time. Do that, or the Perry Ellis suits? That'll definitely give my age away too. Do I go do that right now? Not yet. Do I jet around and go to Mali, and stay at the nice resort for a week? Not yet. Give me about 2 years. It'll be my custom lifestyle. Because I paid the price, years of building the business. See, the wealth has grown slowly. It's not flashy. But most of the wealthy people in this nation, they have a business. They have something that's going to spin, income bars for them. So with Karatbars, that's all it is. So you got to think of Karatbars as your own business that utilizes gold, increasing your network. That is an e-commerce business, a referral-based marketing business, operating in 146 countries, has an incredible reach, has incredible potential with all the tax liabilities, and to build a massive wealth, to create a residual income that you can literally lead to your family, whoever else you want, and just free to join. You got other things you want to maximize opportunities. Sure, you can get business packages should you choose to elect, like Dynas and I. Because we want to exhaust every stream of income that was actually available. Dynas, I haven't even talked about the cryptocurrency so much. That window is kind of closed. As far as with a lot of things, for those of us who acquired that currency, I mean, just off of that, it's going to be a whole lot of us that's in a very, very sweet financial position. But forget about us. It's about trying to put you in the same position. All Dynas and I did, we just got started. So we got started before you guys did, and we started building, but we work just as hard now, to keep assuring and building this, way harder than when we first started. So that's all it is. Saving gold, tell a lot of people, make a lot of money. If you want to save in gold and not tell a lot of people, you can still make a lot of money through just acquiring the cryptocurrency, which is still a very, very good buy with what is on the open market. We are seeing a shift in global finances now. Cash is worthless, absolutely worthless. Absolutely worthless. The U.S. dollar over here is backed by a mighty military, and we can say that with several other countries around the world. Japan is backed by a high technological sector, like the Singapore and all them kind. But what makes currency valuable is what's backing it. Think of the fact of the matter, you got a note in the form of a check. I don't see people writing those much, but check is only good for what's backing it. You don't have the money in the account, the check is worthless. Likewise with the fiat currency, if there's nothing backing it, you don't have this backing it, gold, that currency is worthless. How are you going to sustain $23 trillion in debt in this country? How are you going to do that? Or maybe 4 or 5 trillion Germany. In other countries, how are you going to do that? You got to have something tangible. You think Venezuela or Zimbabwe or Greece can't happen to your nation? When those people went to run on the bank, hyperinflation starts setting in, and they only could get a certain limited amount of cash, and people was telling them, we're not going to pay your pensions because there's nothing there's nothing for us to pay out. But the guys who had this gold and other tangible assets and had this, a passport, they can get the heck on. They can get the heck on and set up in some other land, because it's not hard to cross borders if you have the proper finances. It's not hard at all, and that's what it takes. And so that's what we're just setting the foundation. Get you a business. Don't necessarily have to be Karatbars, but you're going to want to be Karatbars because it's free to join. Try setting up another business, and see how that works. Oh, it's free to join. If you're going to set up a business, it's probably going to cost you, depending on where you are in this country. I don't know about Nigeria, your other country, depending on what state you're in, it's probably going to cost you about $300 to $600 just going through your local Secretary of State to file for articles of corporations and incorporating stuff like that. Not so with Karatbars. You can just fill out that link right there with Dynas Amir, in a few moments, that you got a global business for free right now. So that's why I'm so big about it. Plus it's changed the trajectory of my financial life, as well as Dynas and a lot of the other people that we work with. So this is a starter's dream. What, an 18-year-old can fill out that link and have a global business. A 68, an 88-year-old can fill it out. You have to be at least 18-year-old. It don't care if you're a male or female. It don't care if you're black, white, or polka dot. It don't care if you have a felony or your record is clean as a Boy Scout. It doesn't care. Only thing that this thing cares about is your hustle and your drive. And isn't that what you want? Just someone to get out your way and ability to express yourself the way you want and earn much money as you want without playing the political and the politics games that goes along with corporate America. And that's what we do. Dynas, you can tell them a little bit about your story. I think they probably hear about mine too much, but I can see myself moving in a stratosphere that I could only dream. And I did want it. I did have a vision. I knew what I wanted to do. I just didn't have the right vehicle to get there. I just didn't have the vehicle to get there. Now that's what Karatbars gives me. All it is a vehicle that I choose to work.
Guys, make sure you hit the like button. Share the stream as well as you come on. Hit the like button, share the stream. Also, too, my affiliate link is in the chat room. Click on the link, sign up as an affiliate. Vic Jones, you said send me some more information. Click on the link, and I will personally call you and give you the information you need. Click on the link, sign up as an affiliate. Also, if you're watching a replay, link is in the chat room. I'm sorry, link is in the description, and link is on the screen. For sure, I tell people this story all the time. So back when I was doing sales for Centos,
Dynas, sir, may I interject something real quick?
Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
You said the link. Okay. Once you guys register that link, Dynas and I are a team. Me and this man and I have been knowing each other 14 years, way before Karatbars even came about. So we have a trust and admiration for each other this very day. And so we help each other, and we're going to use our teamwork to help you build wealth for your family for free. No, I didn't stutter. Okay, so here's our process. You go ahead and register under Dynas Amir link. You won't see my link on his channel. And so what you do, you register your link. It takes about 7 minutes for to fill it out. Hopefully, I'm talking to the people smart enough to go ahead and do that while I'm talking, because we're going to already put a nice team in your organization if you have that initiative to take action. I just threw a nice hand out there for you. Once you register that, you're going to get you're going to get an email from Karatbars, and you verify your account. Okay, then you can go on to karatbars.com and download your terms and conditions. Now, then right direct after that, I want you to give me a call, and I'm going to speak slowly, and I'm going to speak twice. This is my personal cell phone number. My personal cell phone number: 1-716-573-6296. I say again, 1-716-573-6296. My email address is Fitzgerald Stephens, my first and last name, @gmail.com. When you call me, your purpose is simply this: hey, Fitzgerald, Mr. Fitzgerald, or whatever you choose. Hey, I saw you on Search for Prince Dynamics Amir. I registered. That's going to put me in motion, and I'm going to show you what you got in your hands. And so I'm very, very hands-on with that and plugging you guys into the system, to help you build wealth. That's how Dynas and I work. He in turns will give you a call, welcoming you to the team, and then he would also be involved, reaching out to you guys too, to help motivate you and build your wealth. See, the way Dynas and I motivate people, we help make you money. So that's what we here. We ain't here for a club. We're not here for social gathering. We'll have social gathering when we're making money, where we can pay for the gathering. But that's what we do. So you register his link. You verify your link, then you set up a time to call me. Now, for those of you guys who or gals who call me, and if I don't pick up right away, please leave a message or please send the emails. Ladies and gentlemen, I literally talk to people from around the world. Literally. I mean, I just was so wiped out today talking to people, even day, but waking up to talk to people, Dynas and I was still able to, make in a few hours what some people don't make in 2 weeks of working, and I'm not, am I saying that to brag? No, I'm saying, it's out there. There is a better way than what you're doing right now. There is a better way. It's called duplicating your times and effort. Understand this, a Mr. Successful Man or Mrs. Successful Woman. There's only so much you can do on your own efforts. You got to incorporate the efforts of others. You got to. It's a matter of necessity, because if something happens to you, no matter if it's personal, or if it's financial, or health wise, if something happens to you, your income stream stops. Oh, I know some of you guys and gals may have savings out there, but how long is that going to last you? You take the wrong catastrophic illness, like a cancer diagnosis or transplant, a liver or kidney transplant. I mean, you're talking somewhere along the line of close to $1 million, depending on what hospital and what team of doctors you got. Do you have $1 million laying around? What if something happens that you're underinsured and there's some fire? What if you go what if someone decides they're going to buy your company, then all of a sudden your department becomes expendable, and how are you going to place that $150,000, $200,000 salary? They just don't give those out, I mean, and so you got to be proactive, and I almost would like to use the word violently proactive in protecting your financial well-being for both you and your family. And that's what Dynas and I do. That's why we're so dang excited and passionate about what we do, because I've been there. My background, guys, I'm a University of Alabama grad with a degree in international advertising, over about 20 years of high power sales experience, like one of the most popular professions in the world. I'm not a salesman. It wasn't got to be a salesman. I just simply use that vehicle to to feed my family. I've been doing well. I worked in my degree. But I did high power software sales. I know what money is out there. Then all of a sudden I go to the doctor. routine checkup, and he gives me a report. I'm not going to tell you what it was, but I called Dynas, and he know what it is. It just rocked my confidence. Because I was thinking about my mortality. I didn't know. I didn't know what was going to happen. All of a sudden, then all of a sudden, it started getting a little worse. Really, what made it worse was that the worry in my mind turned on the switches to accelerate it. I'm on my job. They're like, hey, anything we can do, let us know. We're all for you. And a couple of months later, I get a call over the phone saying you don't got a job anymore. True story.
Hey, Fitzgerald, tell the story about holiday party.
What's that?
When you went to the holiday party.
Oh, oh yeah, holiday party, Buffalo, New York.
Yeah,
Buffalo, New York. About 4 years ago. I took a job working at a company. Hey, life was good. Right around the corner, I could walk to it from the house and stuff. They gave us Christmas gifts. It was a Friday. Divisional manager come out there. You guys are doing great. Rah. Spread the cheese whiz. Okay. We get off, and it's about 5 o'clock, and we're all going home for the weekend. At least that's what I did. So I'm a big fan of Wendy's chili. I just love Wendy's chili. Summertime, wintertime, whatever. So I went over across the street and walked over, got me some Wendy's, and it was raining that day. And I said, dang it, I forgot my umbrella. And so I went, and this was Friday. I didn't want my umbrella to be in there all weekend. And so I just, okay, let me walk back across the street and get my umbrella. Take my key card, swipe it. Like that. The light didn't turn green. I'm like, nah, dog, gotta be a mistake. Gotta be something wrong. I go a little slower. The light didn't turn green. It was still red. Red means no access. Finally, a security guard saw me. He opened the door and try to do. I've learned that I was fired. I was fired so cool I didn't even know I was fired. Being a couple of cats, one of those dudes had an MBA, and they did it on the low. Man, I ain't loyal to no companies. I don't suggest you be neither. This 2-week notice, they already want to talk about leaving you something and all that kind of things. Man, that's foolish as well, Mr. Fitzgerald. You got to do right. Yeah, I do right with people who do right by me. That's the way I operate. A company wants to ask you for a 2-week notice, but they give you a 5-second notice, tell you to clean out your desk with a security guard escorting you out. That's, stuff like that happens. I've had it. I lived it. So, so I protect my own economic interests, and that's what I'm trying to get you to do. And you know what? I've never been fired from Karatbars. It's mine. I don't work I don't work against my own self-interest, and I don't work against the self-interest of my team. But after something like that, you have a catastrophic illness. People walk you out of your desk, and walk you out of your job. I've had that happen. And no, I'm not a bad apple. And no, I don't have a insubordination problem. That's just the ruthlessness of the system that we're in. And you don't owe it anything. You think that you're immune. You think that maybe you got a good job. I laugh because I know there's no such thing as a good job. But if it sounds good to you, cool, keep it. Because I know that whole departments can get phased out. I've seen it happen. I know territories can get split up and you get profitable territories taken away from you. Dynas has lived that. I know when you move and you transfer to another city, you got to go through all the corporate politics, and maybe you're not going to be doing as well. I know when you come in there and they want to add hours and put more stuff on you without to pay to commensurate the workload. I know all about that. And so after a while, if you start thinking like me, you get tired of that. You figure out, how can I put something of my own? Lo and behold, oh, by the way, you're getting older. The older you get, the less expendable you get. Now, the more expendable you can become. You're seen as dinosauric. Now you got all this knowledge, and then you're seen as a liability. But they'll bring like a younger junior someone in there who they can get for like a half of what they're paying you, and they'll do it on the low. I just want them to shadow you.
Hey,
All
Fitzgerald,
what they're doing, you're training your replacement.
hey, Fitzgerald, did you
You
know
know,
the airline attendant was making $250,000 a year? They fired her because she allegedly stole a Coke off the plane.
yeah, they want her off anyway. They want her out. They'll come up with little things like that. Man, little things like that. That remind me of a story, and I'm not going to say this lady's name. The initials are CV, and it's like a little company up in the Northeast I used to work for. Well, you know what? I was doing my work, and I was ladies, supervisor of mine. I was just going through life. This is probably over 20 something years ago, but I remember the story to this very day. Well, unbeknownst to me, the chick liked me. I didn't talk about my personal life much, and didn't talk about much at all. But I did make the mistake and mention that I was getting married. Once I said that, I couldn't do anything right, Dinaz. Everything was under scrutiny. Everything. I couldn't do nothing right. And, it had got to the point I didn't really want to be alone with it because my mind was flanking, what if this lady actually said something? I did something to her. It's her words against mine. So I didn't want to do that. So I called up my best friend, Jim Zigmont, a man I've been knowing about 35 years, and I said, Jim, here's the situation. What do I do? How do I handle this, man? I can't afford all the time. I'm in the apartment, it's my supervisor. He said, what you got to go do, Fitzgerald, you got to literally go kick the lad out from under her. So what do you mean? You got to go over ahead to HR. You got to tell about what's happening. He said, now be prepared to lose your job if this goes sideways, but I promise you that stuff will stop. I got wise counsel. Okay. And that's exactly what I did. I jumped over the VP, went right to the director of human resources. Turned out she had a track record of doing this, Dinaz.
Oh, wow.
And the next day I was transferred out the department. Well, I was one of the fortunate ones. But here's what I did do. I stopped crazy behavior from affecting me. I wasn't going to let her take my job. I was going to fight for it. And so I say this to you guys. Don't let society just take your livelihood. Don't let a medical situation take your livelihood. Don't let someone else determine your future and just take your wealth and take your living. You decide, be proactive and start building something while you're working a job. And pretty soon, what you build will more than exceed the income that you make on a job. That's what the rich and the smart people do. And so we're not trying to give you a little scenario. I'm just telling you real life situations that I've lived at 55 years old. I'm not making this stuff up. No, I'm not making this stuff up. Get a good job, go to school, get in debt and all that kind of stuff. You know what? Some of you people need to do this job just to pay your student loan debt. Student loan debt is at a record. Some of you people right on this line are being crushed by student loan debt. If you guys can create an extra, $3,000 to $4,000 a month or 4,000 euros a month, if you can, it is very, very possible. You know what that would free you up? The student loan debt burden is crazy, and you can't discharge it in this country. I don't know how it works over there. And Dinaz, how many people you've met, man, that they got these huge degrees and 200-something thousand for a history degree? Yes, you heard me right. Go to like a Stanford or Duke, and you'll find that out. And they got this thing, and they get out to the workplace and don't got nearly the salary to offset the student loan debt.
Right.
So you'll see them working second jobs in restaurants, which is nothing wrong with it, but they don't have the thing. A lot of them they don't have the income. A lot of them are not even working in what their field of study. Dinaz, man, I admired him. He had the gifts to have an affiliated scholarship at the University of Georgia. University of Georgia is a great school. I had the gift of having the affiliated. I had the gift of having the gift of student loans for the University of Alabama. Man, it's just crazy. So you gotta build something. I'm not even mentioning how cost of living is going up every year.
Right.
I'm not even mentioning about inflation. I'm not even mentioning, how goods and services are just skyrocketing. Ladies and gentlemen, California has a homeless problem that it's just crushing. It's just crushing. I've never been there. I never been there. I have affiliates out there. Both Dynas and I are going to go there for them, to help build their teams. But I hear stuff like I hear stuff with the housing problems. They go over there. Man, it's just ruthless. When I lived up in New York, they had a housing problem. When I don't see it much down there in Florida, and I grew up in the country in Alabama, literally a town of 100 people and farming. So we had food, and we had people took care of people down there. And then people were compassionate down there. It was a small knit country community. People knew each other. I didn't know what homelessness was until I really know what homelessness was, and being hungry until I left home at 18. I just didn't, because I didn't see any of that. I was taught compassion, and and the least thing, man, if someone say they hungry, man, I'm going to feed you. I may not give you any money because I'm part, but I'm going to feed you. That's the way I was raised. But man, people don't have that. They don't have the compassion. When you was in the city, Dynas, I heard about my wife told me one time how there was these block parties or these rent parties. So they would get out there, they have a party, someone was short on the rent, the community come together, and sell tickets or whatever deal, and they would help that person pay for the rent. Or maybe sometimes a church would help sponsor scholarships to pay for that education. You don't see that much. It's almost like, man, you get it yourself. You get it yourself. Not in all the circles, but in the majority of the circles. Karatbars is totally different. You know what? One thing, there's a forced giving plan with Karatbars. We can't grow not unless we help you grow financially. We can't grow not unless we help you grow financially. No, here's the deal. You know what? You open up your free savings account. You start collecting in gold and gold-backed cryptocurrency, your choice, however much you want. Then you start telling other people. If you really want to maximize your earning, you get one of the tax-deductible business packages, which I can go over those of you who choose to call me. And and you get one of the tax-deductible business packages, and then you start leveraging your time and your efforts. 4 levels of business packages: a VIP about 3,000 euros, a gold about 1,700 euros, a silver about 750 euros, and a bronze package about 150 euros. I said euros because it's a German-based company. Depending on you have 2 teams. Your left side, a left side team and a right side team. That's all you have, and everyone who you with a package, everyone you personally talk to, you get units or 10% of that package. When you get 25 units on one side, 50 units on another side, it generates a payout. Depending on what package you have, like you're a VIP, like Dynas Die, every time that happens, that's 80 euros. That happened for us 5 times a day within an hour and a half. And good God, I woke up. I woke up and I was 320 euros richer. Dynas is running around in his house, making probably one of his chestnut cakes. I don't know what he likes to eat, steak, but and I had to let him know what had happened with his money. And so duplication. I literally made money while I was sleeping. I got a text message from my sponsor, Michael Delco, said something with account. Then all of a sudden, like, boom, check my account. Okay, that's all right. Okay. And then so that was 80 euros for a VIP package, 25 euros on one side, 50 euros on the other side. A gold package, you're going to get 60 euros. For that same type of work. Silver package, 25 units on one side, 50 units on another side. You're going to get 50 euros. Gold package, 25 units on one side, 50 units on another side. You're going to get 40 euros. I'm meeting Dynas and I are running into many people. This wasn't right for them a while ago. This opportunity was some of them just even blew it off. Man, you guys are cool. Until their boss walked up to their happy end and said, you know what, we cutting on your hours. Till their wife came in and said, you know what, I'm going to leave you. You better figure this alimony out. No, I'm not trying to be cruel. I'm telling you real life situations. Until that doctor tapped on the shoulder and said, you know what, we're seeing something on this chart we don't like. We got to get you to the hospital right away. Then they found out they was underinsured. Until a child came down with something. Until they got ready to send someone to college and they didn't properly prepare. And they're not going to tell their little bright-eyed child, like, hey, you can't go to engineering school like you want to. This is real stuff. I'm talking real talk to you guys. I'm talking stuff that I know, not something I read about. So you got to prepare for that. And what's the best way to prepare? It's when the crisis is not there. Because once the crisis is on you, it's going to short circuit your thinking. Now you're going to be out there selling scared. Now you're going to be moving with fear. And now people are going to see that desperation, and desperation repels money. Desperation repels money and repels wealth. Wealth is drawn by easiness, simplicity, confidence. So this is what we're saying. Go ahead and open up your business. Give me a call. What's the worst thing you're going to have? What's the worst thing that's going to happen to you, Don As? You got gold in your hand.
Right.
You got gold. That's the worst thing that's going to happen to you. You got a whole bunch of gold. You say you don't want. You say you don't know how to do it. People, we got Don As. You got a lady, man, in L.A. You got a lady in L.A. You know exactly what I'm talking about. She ain't did nothing. It's just not did nothing as of yet. About 541 people in her organization. And I suspect she don't even know about it. If she was to get busy, she can create a dynamic lifestyle for her and her child that she just recently had. About 2 years ago. But they sitting on it because they got a good job. Or you talk to some of these people. Hey, you look for any ways to make money? Nah, I'm all right. I'm straight. Now I'm cool, man. So I'm like, okay, so you mean to tell me you making all the money you want and you got all the time freedom you want? Dude, how do I work for you? To shut their mouth up, because I know you playing the game, but you tell me some foolishness like that. I was on it, and I called you out on it. I was talking to I met a surgeon on the bike trail down here in Tampa. I go out and ride. I'm an avid cyclist, and so we was talking about something. The way I struck a conversation with him, I said, "Hey, very nice bike," and blah blah. My name is Fitzgerald Stephens, and I have my own gold and crypto business. What do you do? He said, "Well, I'm a surgeon." Well, in my mind, I automatically knew surgeons. He's making somewhere along the line about $450,000. So I didn't come out to him and say, "Hey, would you like to make an extra $2.50?" I didn't talk to him like that. I said to him, "What would an extra $5,000 a week mean to you?" That's the money level he's at. And then before he could answer, I said, "Well, good God, you already paying student loans." I know that. I know he probably had about $300,000 for student loans. I know that. Sure enough, I was right. And he said, "Yeah, I'm also paying for the student loan. My son's getting ready to go to college too, and he's getting ready to go to med school. I got to pay for that." He had the BMW, he had all that stuff, but he didn't have the cash fluidity, that he needed. I can promise you, my sponsor, Michael Delco, he makes just as easily would eclipse the major surgeons in this country in earning power. But he don't go to nobody's hospital. He don't work 80 hours a week. He works right from home. You look at him, he look like a Zen master. Right. I don't even hear the man yell, raise his voice. Goes all over the world with him and his wife, puts on an incredible convention down in Atlanta. It's called Let's Go Weekend in April. That we do April and September. You could get there, go around there. You're going to really see what Karatbars is about. And you're going to see people from all over the world, from South Africa to Nigeria to London, making incredible amounts of money and having incredible amounts of fun doing it. That's what we do. So home-based business. Okay, you built the business. Now it's time for you to enjoy the rewards. You built the business. Okay, now it's time for you really to enjoy the rewards. And so Karatbars allows you to do both. I can wake up and say, you know what? Dang it, man. I hear Dynas talking about this place called Freetown in Sierra Leone. Man, Cote d'Ivory's off the table now. I don't even deal with Cote d'Ivory because he talking about Freetown.
Joe, I'll be back next week. I'll be back next week.
Okay, well, good. You're going back next week, and so I can go ahead and shift my operation to Sierra Leone's and Karatbars. Why can I shift my operations? You're looking at the CEO, the president, the marketing director, the vacation approver, all in one person. So I'd say, hey, you know what? We go. I take this passport. I get my butt over there. I take this. And I take this, which is my Karatbars MasterCard, is full of euros. I get over there, get the exchange rate, and I can go ahead and open my mouth to someone over there in Cote d'Ivoire or Nigeria or whatever. Say, do you ever look for any what Ghana? You ever look at any ways to make money? They say yes. They get in, they get a package, they start getting gold, they get cryptocurrency. Guess what? I just got paid for that. Okay. Oh, by the way, I mentioned that to them, so that plane ticket becomes a write-off. Right. That hotel becomes a write-off. This is how powerful it is. This is how the wealthy do what they do. You know, and so this is all what we're trying to tell you guys. There is a better way. Incorporate and go rich. You know, incorporate and grow rich. Dinesh, you have anything to add to this?
Yeah. With that being said, affiliate link is in the chat room. Click on the affiliate link. Sign up as an affiliate. You will personally get a phone call from me. I'm going to get you in touch with Brother Fitzgerald, and we're going to get you guys up and running. Also, a link is in the description. A link is on the screen. Fitzgerald, do you want to address the this is a Ponzi scheme?
No, it's wasting my time. I don't watch other videos. Watch other videos. I went and covered that. No, I don't want to address that.
Okay. No. Then another question is, what is the underlying? What is the underlying business? How does the business make money to pay you a return? These are simple questions.
Good question. I would ask. Well, no, I was going to say I would ask that Phil to call me privately, but I'm not going to do that. Probably someone else wants to answer to that. Okay, what you do? You have cash. Usually, when you go to a job or no matter what part of the world it is, they pay you in their country's denomination cash. You take a certain portion of that cash, however much you want, you know, whenever you want, and you buy yourself gold, an appreciating asset. The gold is going up in value. The cash is going to lose in value, so you might as well transfer it into something that's going up in value. Okay, then you on a whim, you just tell other people who do the same thing, and you start profiting from that by duplication. That's all. I hope I answered that correctly. If I didn't, I'd like to apologize to you if I didn't make it clear enough. But that really is save a lot of gold and gold-backed cryptocurrency. Tell a lot of people make a lot of money. That's really what we do.
No, there it is.
No.
So what we'll do, I think we covered everything.
Yeah, we covered everything, but not everything. Karatbars was founded in 2011 by Dr. Harold Constantine Seitz, a German man who has with his company being based literally in Stuttgart, Germany, next to the Mercedes-Benz World Headquarters. It is the largest distributor of small gram gold increments in the world. That was a 1 gram card I was holding. We also do have a 2.5 gram card and a 5 gram gold card. Gold is money. It is also, we also have other products. The blockchain phone, which Dynas got his today. You know, he's real excited. Dynas, I'm not quite sure when they sending it, man, but it's coming. All right. You know, the blockchain computer. Imagine being able to make phone calls, over the blockchain without minus the Rogers Communications in Canada, or the Sprint, or the Verizon, or T-Mobile here in the United States, and it makes it over that blockchain. It puts your bill like close to $20 or $15 a month, and it has multiple SIM card capacity. Imagine able to do that, practically unhackable. Because it goes over that blockchain technology with more products coming down. We have our own payment exchange called Karatpay. Dynas also use that today. We have our own ATM machines that not only will give you back gold, crypto, or Bitcoin, but it's just revolutionized the state of money. Karatbars has literally built its own ecosystem. We run in 146 countries. For those of you who asked the question, it's a Ponzi scheme, and maybe you Google, maybe you well, I'm not going to say that. For those of you who say it's a Ponzi scheme, well, 146 countries have already signed on to Karatbars. 146 countries. You think you can do better research to them? You think you can do better research to MasterCard, whose whole business plan is to vet the financial stability of companies? FedEx is our delivery partner. We have close to 1 million affiliates already making, significant money and moves and businesses right now within this thing. Been in basic, for since 2011, a totally debt-free company. The goal to ship directly to you is in your hands, not gold certificates, not IOUs, real physical gold to ship directly to you. You get paid in euros on your MasterCard every Friday. Both Dynas and I got paid today. We will get paid next Friday too. Okay. And so what you can take that money for those euros and you can roll that money in anything you want to do. I know for a fact Dynas is saving up his for some real estate that he's going to buy right off of there. And that's going to be paid for all through that little card right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this. So I use my card from in Sierra Leone, pay for my hotel in Liberia, my MasterCard. So
MasterCard is a global brand and global entity accepted by hundreds of thousands of merchants and around the world. So it's a really recognized brand. What I want you guys to understand something, that money, the way you know it, is shifting. Money is the way you know it is shifting now. It used to be this time where back in my grandfather, time, my grandfather, Arthur Stanford, born in 1910, passed away in 1999. But back then, you had cash. People would come there and pay cash. Then they started to get some type of credit system. The credit system like this: you go to a store, you go somewhere, your name was your credit card. You say, "Hey, I'm getting this." People went on the strength of your reputation, your name, so they would give you goods and service with the idea you pay them back. Okay, lo and behold, then the check came out. The check came out that you can have money in the banks, because my grandfather was born before this Federal Reserve Ponzi scheme system. That's a Ponzi scheme. You really want to know something, but that's for another day. So they came out with checks, and you could keep your money in this holding institution. They pay you on a certain amount of cash, and cash was much more valuable back in turn of the century, because $1 dollar was backed by the equivalent in gold. A $20 bill was backed by equivalent in gold, so the money was worth more then. Prices haven't went up. That's the purchasing power of the dollar has went down. And then fast forward about to the 60s, all of a sudden this little thing called a credit card start coming out. The store credit cards, like in J.C. Penney's, where you get on credit, and they charge you a little interest for giving you the luxury right around in there. And then that was a revolution. It's so much for you. People can't imagine not being able to pull a debit or credit MasterCard out for goods and service. I rarely carry cash. I keep a few coins in my car to pay for tolls down here when it needs, but I rarely carry cash. I do everything, as far as with my card, either my USA bank card or my Karatbars cards. Now, here's the revolution now. Cryptocurrency. You're seeing a cryptocurrency runs over the blockchain. What is the blockchain? It is a consortium of computer where you have where the banks, where the central bank and the Federal Reserve, they all they decide to set the interest rates and do all that kind of stuff, raise up. With the blockchain, you don't do that, because not one source holds the control over it. It runs through a consortium or a chain of computers. I have a little bit of code. Dynas has a little code. Takaya has a little bit of code. Queen T has a little bit of code. Fafu Malau has a little bit of code. And lo and behold, when it gets to you, all that codes come together and the transaction is complete on your end. None of us have the whole thing. It is between me and the sender. I can literally send that man from blockchain accounts. I can literally send him $100,000. And no one's the wiser. It's just between me and him. You send you send more than $999.99 in the United States of America, you're fine. You add 1 penny when it becomes to 10,000, you're flagged. They want to know what the heck you're doing with your money. They want to know what. As a matter of fact, I can't carry $10,000 on a plane. They're gonna ask me what I'm doing with it.
Real quick. Somebody problem signing up from Canada. Has the website been updated yet? I haven't had an issue. I've been logging in.
I'm sorry. Question.
Somebody said problem signing up in Canada. Has the website been updated yet? Websites were fine on ours.
It's been going fine. Are they
Yeah, I don't know.
back? That's where all in Quebec has its own. Who had that out after this? 67329. Just give me a half an hour. Fafu will allow call me directly after this. So wait a half an hour after that and give me a call where we can just go over that together, and we can get you go ahead and get you signed register. So, it's just a matter of traffic. Sisters bombarded. We got about 20,000 people coming in this, so it's be a matter of traffic. But I will help you deal with that. And Dynas and I have affiliates in Canada, so we know it works. He and I have. Yeah, we know it works. We have affiliates in Toronto and Welland, Ontario, and Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. So we both got personal affiliates up there, so we know it's fine there. But we'll look into that. Any other questions?
That's it for sure.
Okay.
Take your time. Take your time.
Yeah, I want to take about like 7 to 8 minutes. I know we've been a little bit long, and I just want to take a couple of the audience questions because more than likely you have a question that someone else has too. So I'll do it the best I can. If I don't get to it, I certainly can find the answer to it through my sponsor, Michael Delco.
Okay. I think we already answered the question about how do you make money with the business? How does the business make money?
So is that the only question? I mean, go ahead, people. Don't be shy. Let's talk.
Here's another question. Where should a person keep the gold?
Okay. Awesome question. You're going to laugh at this one. Oh, you're going to laugh at this. I can't believe I'm getting ready to say this on TV. Let's just say my gold is close somewhere in my residence that I won't give out the address that I can get a hold of. But I also can keep 100 grams of gold stored in my free gold savings account provided by Karatbars in Stuttgart, Germany. So I have gold in that account too. Then once I decide I want to get it mailed to me, I can just simply put in a delivery request and it would be shipped to me. Very good question. That's one thing we like because of the fact that it's in your hands. Now, this is an item that I didn't expound upon. Karatbar also has a product called Cash Gold. And let me bring this into focus. This is like 0.1 gram of gold. 10 of these guys make up one of these guys. You can get gold for less than $7. So there's plenty. There's plenty of things. You can. The Karatbar has someone for everyone. You can get packages up to €1 million. So we have something for every budget. So I just implore you, get a little extra money, go ahead and save it in gold. Save it for yourself. You're building your wealth. So that's what I do. Hey, no minimums, no maximums. You buy what you want. The website is free to join. You want to build a team like Dynas and I are doing phenomenal. If you don't want to build a global team and get paid off the efforts of other like Dynas and I are doing, phenomenal. You want to get a package? Awesome. You don't want to get a package? Awesome. I'll still work with you and help you to get your goals and how you want to succeed. So, really, it's a no-brainer to me. Oh, here's the thing. But for the cat who said it's a pyramid, yeah, it is. You could think of it like that, but you sit at the top of your pyramid. But I promise you, the job that you go for is one. Go in there, and go to the CEO office. Sit in his chair. Wait for him when he come in there and tell him to get you a cup of coffee. See how that go for you. Tell him that. Go in your managers. Go in his office and just barge into the meeting and say, "Hey, I'm here. Y'all need to give me those financial reports of what y'all making to do with my money. Let me see how solid you cats are right here, because I heard you a Ponzi scheme. See how that go with you. No, I'm not trying to be funny, Cat, but some questions don't merit my time and attention. I'm offering you something literally to build for yourself. You, not someone else. You are putting all your work in making someone else wealthy and their children in the future, while you and yours don't have one because you think you got a job and you think you straight. I'm giving you a chance to I'm giving you an opportunity to take a chance on yourself and build something from you. So therefore, when some cat talk to me about pyramid schemes, when I know all you done did is Google or something you done heard, you really ain't researched, I'm not going to keep taking my time because there's someone out there who really, really needs to hear what we have to say. This business is not for everyone. And I repeat, will not work with just anyone. Even if you sign up and you come with a negative disposition or you come with an unteachable spirit, I'm not going to deal with you because I got too many people who want my time already. People in London want me to come over there. People in South Africa want me to come there. People in Nigeria want me to come in there. People in Switzerland want me to come in there. People all over the United States want me to come in there. So if I'm taking my time to talk to you, it got to be worth my time. That's how I'm looking at it. And so what we're trying to do is get something to you. Dynasts and I can't grow financially if we don't help you. So it forces us, even if we were kooky people, which we're not, it forces us to help you to build wealth. It absolutely forces us, and so we're trying to get the way this thing is moving, I got somewhere near over 100 people a week coming joining my team from all over the world. So I got plenty of people to work with. So if I'm choosing to work with you, as long as you got legitimate questions like, hey, Fitzgerald, how is the gold produced? How is the payment structure? What's the compensation plan? That's legitimate stuff where we can sit down and talk it. You come in there, well, man, this appeared, man, I heard and this and that. Man, do not call my number. Just don't. I just don't. And don't ask is because he'll probably be nicer at it than I am. We don't have time because there's people out there like waiting for me to get back to him, waiting for him to get back, man. Show me a way. Childcare is killing me. I'm paying something like maybe over $1,000 a month per child, and I got 3. I mean, I feel like all I'm doing is working for childcare. Those are the ones we're trying to be. I'm trying to bring my husband home or my wife home for work, or we don't have any savings or retirement. So we're trying to build something up, where we won't be devastated in the near future, or we're looking at possibly taking care of the elderly parents, and we don't want them to go to a nursing home. So we want to be able to build a wing to our house and be able to pay the doctors to come there to give our parent that type of care without some institution being in there. I've been to the nursing homes. I know what they're about, so these are the people we talk to. And why do I say this with such passion? Because practically everything I'm telling you guys, I lived. Everything I'm practically telling. So I know that you don't have resources, man. This is a cruel world. I know that. So this is what we're trying to do. It's just a chance. And isn't that what you guys always wanted? Hey, I don't want to play your games. I don't want to play the office politics. All I want to do is just come in there, be rewarded for my efforts. I don't want to be passed over because the boss's daughter decides she want to talk to her, curly haired boyfriend, and he get a job over me just because he know her. They play these games. I want something I can build my own. I want something that when I leave, I got more than just a Timex watch that I can leave to my children. I can create a residual income, income that comes in for me while I work. And on the final thing, I leave you with this. No matter what you decide to do, if you decide not to do Karatbars, hey, I wish you well, whatever endeavor that you do. But I will say this, and I'll probably make this my closing phrase. Find a way to create a residual income. A residual income. Find a way to create an income that's not dependent upon you to make it and maintain it. Find a way. Warren Buffett said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. And that's absolutely true. Prince Dynast Amir, I love you dearly. Thank you for allowing me to come on your stream to talk to your audience. I believe I was respectful. I certainly don't apologize for anything that came out of my mouth because it's 100% dead on true. I care about you guys and love and respect you guys enough to give it to you straight and not lie to you. I can sit up there and make all the fluffs around in there and everything. Will everybody be successful in Karatbars and make money? No. Can everybody be successful and make money in Karatbars? Yes. It all depends on your hustle and your work ethic. We ain't going to do it for you. Dynasts not going to help you. We're not going to do it for you. You bring that. You said you want to make $20 a week. We'll help you. You said you want to make $20,000 a week. We'll help you because it's doable. And that's what we're looking for. Prince Amir, thank you very much.
No problem. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us again. Link is in the chat room. Click on the link, sign up as an affiliate. I will personally call you and get you in contact with Fitzgerald. Link is in the description, and also link is on the screen. Once again, like, share, and subscribe if you're new. Again, everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, Dynast Amir. Go to dynasamir.com as well. In fact, let me try this. Guys, while you're here, I'm going to try this one more time for Sister Renetta. Let me try this one more time.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal product. I had an affiliate that used it, and she said it was absolutely incredible.
Oh, I think we might get it. Hold on. I think we might get it this time. Hold on 1 second. Here we go. I think we might actually get it this time. Hold on 1 second. Application window.
That is, I'm hearing this. About your ruble.
What's that?
No, I'll let you. I'll just. I don't want to take away from Miss Jones' video, so I'll just concentrate on
Hold on,
that.
let me try. Let me stop. Here we go. Let me guys, don't go anywhere. Let me for again, Miss Jones is one of our Karatbars partners, so all right, so let's do this.
Also, I while we're listening to that, I like to thank you guys for the wonderful comments. I'm going over some of these, reading them now, and thank you that they were very, very informative, and more importantly, thank you they were extremely respectful. I appreciate that.
Okay, now the sound's not playing. Hold on, let me go back. Let me go back. We'll try this again. All right. What's this? No, this ain't it.
Oh, while you're doing that, I want to answer an incredible question here, a comment from Black Beauty, whoever you are. If the stock markets crash, will I still make money? Yes, you will, because this is not tied to the stock market. This is tied to hardcore assets. So awesome question, but yes, you will. Very, very good question. Your mutual funds, your 401ks, your Roth, they're all tied to the stock market. No. Great question. Great question. Black Beauty, phenomenal.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, but I for some reason I can't get the sound to play. I can't get the sound to play. Hold on 1 second. Let me try this again. We're gonna get this figured out, Renata. Okay. All right. So, guys, what we'll do, we'll go ahead and close out. Everyone, again, thank you so much for joining. Until next time, family. Peace.
Have a great evening, everyone.